Hello, YouTube. I am Rob with FamilyPVE here to show you some basics of Ark Survival Evolved, so maybe you get the context of some of the stuff going on in our videos. I am in the single-player world right now. On my way to this direction, I am right here on the map. On my way to this direction, I tamed up this Lystrosaur named Lizzie the Lystro. So there's some things that I briefly went over in the first episode. This is going to be sort of a prelude episode to that, just so you can get the idea here. Most of the things like I have our gather rates are increased here just for the purpose of this video. For example, if I pick up a rock, ordinarily I'd pick up one rock. You see that I've picked up 5 rocks. So that in mind, things are a little bit accelerated here so that we can get things done quickly. Let me go ahead and pet Lizzie. Yeah, she's happy. She's happy. All right. Anyways, the idea is you can gather berries from bushes and fiber as well. And gathering anything that you do in this game is going to level you up, right? So, first things first, I've got a level here. Looks like I might have a couple. So I'm going to go ahead and put this first one into health, right? How about melee damage? Love melee damage. Okay, so now we need to purchase some things with the engrams. Now this is inflated as well. I forgot to adjust this, but we're going to go ahead and pick up the campfire. You're going to want a hatchet, spear. These are usually the first 3 things you want, just because it will help you. Hatchets help you get wood and hide off of animals. Spears obviously help you kill things. Fires are going to keep you warm. I'm going to go ahead and pick up some clothes here as well. Let's go ahead and grab all the things. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to make... Well, grab the water skin too, that's important. This being a survival game, you're going to need to keep yourself hydrated, fed, and in reasonable temperature. Go ahead and equip that. Equip that, and I got another level just from crafting. That's a beautiful thing about the leveling system, is that you do, and this is one of the things you get from early access is this skin you can place on your helmet, and it looks a lot cooler than the bandana sort of look that has initially. Right on. So, let's see here. Can we get anything else? No, there's a slingshot. That's going to be important. Let's go ahead and grab the club too, just to see that we got it here. Right, so I've got clothes. Like I said, you'll get that. These are, they just require fiber. You see that this requires 50 fiber, and I had that fiber from picking the bushes. So now we're going to need a pickaxe. This is your most basic tool. This tool is... Oh, I'm punching trees. You see I'm taking some health damage there, because, why would you punch trees ordinarily and then not take damage? Kind of feel like that would be the case. Alright, so to craft that too, I'll go back here. That required 1 stone, which I've had 10, 1 wood, which I got from punching the tree, and 10 thatch, which I also got from punching the tree. These are good for getting thatch from trees, and Dilo, don't want to mess with him just yet. I don't have anything to protect myself with. Alright, Lizzie's not too great of a combatant, but we'll work on that here in a minute. Yeah, and they get flint from these boulders. The hatchet, conversely, will get wood from trees, hide from animals, and also stone from these boulders. So let's go ahead and craft us up a hatchet real quick. We got that. We'll grab a torch. Why not? Got this. And this. And a level to apply. Let's put that into weight. I have that boosted too. Never leave home without it. Get a little bit of a lock up there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab some wood so I can make a sphere, or a couple spheres. Alright, 4 of those bad boys. I think that'll do us. We could probably kill that Dilo, get some hide off of it. Maybe some food, and we craft a campfire to cook food. Yes, when you get meat from animals, it must be cooked. Must be cooked. No way around it. Wait for this last, because while you're crafting, you move more slowly. So I'm gonna wait for this last spear. All right, so hi, Dilo, what's up? Oh God! See, he's spit in my face. But it's cool because it looks like he's stuck on that tree. That's not ordinarily going to be the case. Normally, you're gonna have to strafe around a bit. All right, so we use the hatchet to get hide, and you see I will get some meat, which is good because we need meat. Oh, sharks! Yeah, those are scary sharks out there. Don't want to mess with those just yet. Alright, now I am going to attempt to make this easier by controlling the gamma when it gets nighttime. What I don't want to do is forget to readjust the gamma and have the colors all washed out for you. So, come on here, man, come on. Let's keep a lookout for raptors. Here in the beginning, your biggest threats are going to be the raptors, raptors and dilos. Let's go ahead and pump another into melee, because I love melee damage. Alright, we got a slingshot, storage box, simple bed. We'll go ahead and make a sleeping bag too once we get a second. I don't want a Phiomia. Phiomias are interesting creatures. We can go over that later. Okay, the mortar and pestle and narcotics. You definitely want to do that because crafting narcotics and crafting wooden foundations are going to be probably your greatest source of levels in the initial game here. Alright, so... Oh. It's a Dilo egg. Let's go ahead and pick that bad boy up. Are we going to get jumped? Normally things get angry if you steal their eggs. Things do get angry? Okay, nothing's angry though. Maybe that was the Dilo that I just killed. Okay, good deal. So, moving right along. Okay, so the idea here is to stay alive. On a PvP server, you're going to have to stay alive while people are probably trying to hunt you. This is a trike, level 28 trike. How about we could tame this guy? He looks like he's pretty stuck there, doesn't he? He's pretty stuck. Alright, we got this slingshot. What do I need? I need 25er. Must not have any more for making the spheres. You see. I recommend you play on unofficial servers. The official servers, it is just so hard because the default gathering, the amount of things that you need and the default gather rates are atrocious. So yeah, I mean, take my advice for what it is, but I personally prefer unofficial for that reason. This guy, he looks like he's stuck too. 1, 2, 3. You want to space these out a little bit because 4, 5. Because torpor is done over time with these, so you want to make sure that you're spacing them out a little bit to do as little damage to the dinosaur as possible. Specifically, if you're trying to tame it. Gamma 3. They added this new mechanic where they tried to run away. A little hiccup there. Where they try to run away if they get to a certain. If they can't aggress you and they get to a certain torpor level, they try to run away. Oh, I need more stones, I think. Yep. Okay, so we'll grab this guy and this guy. Pop that into our slingshot real quick. Oh, I'm starving. It's okay. While we're taming this guy, I'll make some food. In situations where you're running out of where you run out of food and you're starving, or you run out of water and you're dehydrated, you see the stars on the right side, right above the arrow there. Those stars are gonna fill up over time. The more time you spend starving, the more time it's gonna go up, and then eventually you'll just be knocked out. Come on, dude. Ah, man. He just does not want to go to sleep. So you grab that. Oh, hey there. What's up, Dilo? Are you stuck? Is everything stuck here? I think it is. Oh, don't worry. You'll be dinner later, man. I will come after you. Go to sleep. This is the crudest way to knock... Well, alright, the club may be the crudest way to knock something out, but this runs a pretty close second. Ah, finally, he's unconscious. I'm gonna go ahead and eat some of these berries. 9. That way I'm not starving anymore. I'll grab some berries for this guy. He should tame up pretty fast. I have the taming rates accelerated pretty high. We're talking like something like 20 times, so this won't take any time at all. Put some berries in his inventory. If I were on a lesser server, I'd probably feed him some narcotics. You see this torpor value here. Once this hits 0, he wakes up. So the idea is to make it not hit 0 using the black berries, the narco berries, whilst at the same time making sure that he has regular berries in his inventory. Now he'll eat any of the berries that aren't black or white by himself, and they will restore some food for him. But oh, what's this over here? Oh, what is that? Oh, that's into the tray. Anyways, they will. They'll eat any of the blue, the red, the tinto, the amara berries, any of those, but they definitely prefer the medjos, and that focuses on. You see right there, it says taming effectiveness 99.9 plus 13 levels. That means that he is going to, in addition to the 28 levels that he currently has, he's going to gain 13 levels. Now, berries are less effective for this guy's an herbivore, being that he eats berries, less effective than the kibble that he would use. Every bite he takes is going to drop the taming effectiveness, making it less levels that he's going to gain. So, with that in mind, it hasn't dropped yet. But like I said, I had the taming set very, very high here. If you're on a server or in a local game that has lower taming values, you're probably going to need, well, for one, you're going to need some narcotic. And for two, go ahead and spray at me, since you're so stuck. Alright, anyways. You're going to have to keep them narked, unconscious, and probably you'll want to use kibble, especially for the higher end dinos. Naturally, with a game off's difficulty of 1, dinosaurs will reach a maximum level of 120. That can, on an official server, my wife and I set over a 1/16 Sarco for something to the effect of 12 hours or something. It was ridiculously long time, right? So now another aspect of Ark is the building feature. It's really cool. You can build your own little bases. There's some mods that make things way better, but for now, let's just take a look and see what we can do here. I'm just going to craft a simple thatch house. So we'll need a foundation. We'll need a roof, but I think that we can actually, we can get these guys, the sloped roofs, and that will be not necessarily better, but more aesthetically pleasing. Right? So let's see here. Let's do slope thatch roof. We're gonna need 2 of those, several of those, and we're gonna have to go gather some more stuff. So, like I said, crafting really does increase the experience gain. So you wanna start crafting things as soon as possible. Killing dinosaurs and crafting things are pretty much your main avenues for leveling. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop this guy down. We're going to use him. Right chair. We're going to need some walls and a doorway. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and make up that guy. Another thing to keep in mind when you're taming dinosaurs is you want a safe place to put them. If you're on a server, right now I'm on a single player game. When I log off the game, everything that I've done pauses. The whole state of the game just sits there, right? So the idea is that you want to, if you're playing on a multiplayer server, you're going to want to make sure that, because when you log off, everything is persistent. Your stuff is still there. So you're going to want to make sure that you have kept your dinosaurs in a safe place. Otherwise, you're going to log back on, and a T-Rex is going to have eaten them. If you're on a PvP server, somebody went by and killed your things. That's That's just the way Ark is. Alright, so we're going to do... Alright, you know, I'm going to put the door up front here. We're going to put this right here. And we snap it to the foundation like so. We're going to do our walls. Put it right there, and right... I'm in the way, right there. Let's see, we got 8. Oh, wow. Well, it looks like I should have done 2 light. Oh, we tamed a trike. Tricky. Alright, we're going to do that, and let's use the other one. Looks like I came a little too prepared here. A little, well, not prepared enough anyway. Let's put a sloped wall, or sloped ceiling rather, because that's what sits on that. And we're going to need another wall. Can I make one right away? No, I cannot. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, you know what? I'll gather some thatch back from placing this at the wall. Alright, now can I make one? Yes, I can. Alright, good deal. I'm going to go ahead and pop this guy right here. Okay, so now we have a little thatch hut. Put that right there. We've got a trike over here. It's probably still stuck. Now, I happen to know, because I've been playing this game for long enough, that I cannot make a trike saddle for this guy until I am level 20. So, you know, we're just going to have to keep him saddleless for now. Hey, whoa. Whoa, Betsy, whoa. Whoa, put the egg on there, why not? But it can be a beast of burden. See, it can carry 394 weight, it's got 675 health, and then, you know, melee damage is almost 300%. It's nothing special. This is just going to be a very getting trike that's going to help us in the beginning here. Let's see, we're going to whistle you. Your keys, for example, if I press T, this guy is going to start following me. If I whistle Y, this guy specifically will stop following me. If I press J, everything follows me. And then U is all unfollow. So, something to keep in mind. If you're now, this of course will vary to the PC version. I think they have like a radial menu like this that, yeah, they can whistle their dinosaurs in various ways with a key and joystick. At any rate, so we're going to do that. We're going to check our level here. I'm level 7. What can we do at level 7? We got, let's do some more stamina. Well, no, movement speed. Movement speed's good. Of course, that's going to make it so that I can move faster, which would be a big thing. Let's see here. Well, I've already got the wooden foundation engram. I'm not too worried about actually progressing here. I just basically wanted to show off what one would need to do such a thing. I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and make a mortar and pestle. Sounds like a plan? Sounds like a plan. Alright, we'll grab our hatchet here. Otherwise, I could just go around picking up stones, but another thing to keep in mind is wherever you place a foundation, that will limit what can spawn in that area, right? So you definitely don't want to place a foundation in an area that has like a bunch of metal or oil nodes, resources that are more, not difficult to come by, but would be more valuable to people. Because you need a lot of metal for some of this stuff in this game. A lot of metal. And I've got plenty of stone. We're going to make a mortar and pestle. Bam. Alright, so this has got 6 minutes to spoil. You have to put a mortar and pestle. There's some things you can just place on the ground willy-nilly. Other things that, as my screen locks up, sorry about that. Other things are items that you have to place on foundations or ceilings. Ceilings actually not double as foundations, but they can be built off of foundations or off of pillars, and they provide another element to the game. Right, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We'll go ahead and make up a little bit of spark powder. Take that back so that I can make a fire. Put that there. Alright, you see my food is at 5.7 of 100. That's not something that a person typically levels. Food, people don't typically level their food and water, just because it's always going to require the exact same amount of resources in order to get those back up. The same number of berries for food and water, the same number of meat, so on and so forth. Alright, so we've got, what do we need to make a fire? We need a little bit more stone. I just used all my stone. Alright, here we're going to just grab these guys. Got a level from it. Nailed it! Alright, so we're going to make a fire. Again, 12 thatch, 1 flint, 16 stone, 2 wood. We got plenty of stuff, let's do it. We're going to go ahead and... You can move things into your action bars in order to place them. You got this guy there. Put the meat on there. You can use wooden thatch as fuel. I made up some spark powder. Spark powder is more efficient. Wood will burn for 30 seconds. I think thatch will burn for 15 per. And then spark powder will go for a full minute. So it's super nice. Alright, let's go see what this guy is over here. How about you, Mr. Drake? Oh, you're level 48 female. You'd go nicely with my male. Okay, well, something for a future day. At any rate, alright, so we've got some food cooking. Yep, see? And now this'll, I think it's 30-second intervals, it'll come up. So we will keep an eye on that. I'm going to take a quick break and craft some more things and get some more levels so I can show you a little bit more as far as dinosaurs. So yeah, be right back. Hey, welcome back. So, I have attained level 21. I have made a saddle for the trike, and I'll show you some useful things here in a moment. First, I want to go over something that was just added to the game called the bolas. And these things are super powerful, right? They will trap players and smaller dinosaurs in their tracks. So essentially, this guy, if I were to hit him, just to hit him, he would take off running, and I'd have to chase him down to try to stab him with my spear, and it would just be a huge mess. But they're all over the place, right? And they're fairly weak dinosaurs. They do have a high health pool. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's slap those things on him. He's gonna freak out a little bit because he wants to be trapped. No, you're free to just go ahead and wail on him for 30 seconds, right? So you don't. So you're not taking any. You're not taking any, you're not trying to chase him down and run into Captain Raptor and, everything becomes a big disaster. None of that. See, look at this. 81 hide. Now, again, times 5 for the gathering, but, still you can see they are incredibly fortuitous as far as the hide goes. Right, so now that we have a trike saddle, we've got him saddled up. What we're going to do is we're going to walk around here. We're going to mow down bushes because these guys will collect so many berries it's not even funny. And what we're going for here is narco berries. I'll show you that trick here in a second. But basically we want narco berries so that we can make narcotics. And again, these guys are very powerful to that end. This one being a young trike, it's only level 46 right now after I put a couple of levels into it. He doesn't have a lot of stamina. So, there are better ways to get berries. There's brontos and mammoths and things like that. So, yeah, trike is a really good entry level for that position. Now, what we're going to do is what I showed you the mortar and pestle earlier. I'm going to hop into this little hobbit hole here. We're going to slap these narco berries in here. You can see I've already made a few because I was trying to get the levels in order to show you more things. But we're going to go to consumables, drugs. Oh, wait. Before we do that, let's pet our guy. There we go. And he's only got a range of like 4 or 5 foundations, or 3 or 4 foundations actually. Excuse me. So we don't want to be too far from him. So we're going to drugs and craft. right? So there we go. We're getting 2417, 2437. So we're getting 20 per. Now, of course, the experience is bolstered on this. So, yeah, that's that. And these things are extremely powerful. Plus, the narcotic is the main ingredient in the Trank Arrow, which is by far, especially when you get it into a crossbow, it's by far a better mechanism for knocking things out. So, you know, that's something to see. We already got another level here. The other thing I wanted to point out was the raft. Now, I did include in this single-player game the modded raft because it moves it moves literally twice as fast as the regular raft. And of course, with this, the name of the mod is Raft Mod, and it's it's really cool. I like it. The guy that makes it he's just an awesome dude. He's always been able to lend support if there's any issues. At any rate, I use that on all 3 of my servers. I have 3 servers, 1 public and 2 private. At any rate, so yeah, let's see here. I am going to take a quick cut, and I will be right back with some more stuff. Hi, welcome back. Alright, so I have decided that the last thing I want to show you is the raft, right? The raft is a learnable engram at level 15. It is extremely handy. This is actually the modded raft. However, the original regular raft you get, that's in the game looks identical. This is a really cool thing because it allows you to surf safely along the water, right? Well, for the most part, safely along the water. Like I said, this raft is much faster. I prefer it over the default raft for that reason. The other cool thing about this is that you can actually, well, let's go ahead and hide the sail so that's gone. You can actually build on this thing. You can put foundations and walls and ceiling, and you could have a perfect, like a houseboat, right? So let's go ahead and do that a little bit right quick. We're not going to spend too much time on this, just a quick little do's it. If you construct a base out of this, it's actually incredibly handy because it's mobile, and then you don't have to worry. You can log out safely on these without fear of predators getting you while you're offline. If you're playing on a server, that is, it's really, really handy. I'm just gonna make a ramp real quick. Ramp. Okay, so we can make one of those. Good. That's all we need. For now. If you are looking for a server to where you could utilize such a feature as a houseboat like this, I would look for a server that has an increase in the number of structures that you can put on these, because it's not too limited. Like, you might try playing around with the regular default value, but it's definitely something that you could that would be handy to be able to put more dinos on it, more structures, more there's advanced crafting items. For example, one of these items is called a smithy, and I think this guy has actually gone under the ramp. That's no good. One of them is called a smithy, another's called a fabricator. You could feasibly have this. Oh, whatever. We'll just leave him here. You could feasibly have this. All of these items on a raft. And the cool thing is, this island out here, if you're just starting into the game and you've made it to level 15, you've got a raft, you haven't really got much of a base, or maybe you have a decent base, but it keeps getting wrecked by T-Rexes or whatever, and maybe you're in your single player game, what have you. This island out here is called Herbivore Island. I'll show you on the map. It is this island out here, and this actually has no carnivore spawns. I mean, we're talking all trikes, all stegosauruses, all of ankylosaurs. They mine metal, and this even has metal nodes. And I'll show you real quick. If you're just on this border right here, of course they're up and on the island as well, but right on this border you see, yep, right there. Oh wait, a little too soon. Too soon, Junior, too soon. Okay. Let's get it to where we can actually get off the raft and walk straight on the land. This is a metal node. That is an inaccessible metal node because I'm running up the wrong way. This is another one too. But these with the gold flecks in them, these are metal nodes. There's actually some richer nodes in here. Again, this is called Herbivore Island. Oh, looks like I'm stuck. Anyway, this is called Herbivore Island, and there are no predators spawning here. There are only, herbivores. Well, I don't know. I guess you could technically count a pteranodon as a predator, and you'll see them here, but that's not a big deal. All right, so this is what I've come to show you, and I hope you have. I hope you decide to pick up Ark if you haven't already, and I hope you'll subscribe and hit like if I've helped you out with anything. More episodes in the future. We'll be doing more advanced things with Raft, more advanced teams. Thank you very much, and have a great day.